Well, I realise how fortunate I am that all my memories of Christmas include family. Growing up, we had one set of grandparents who were 6 houses along the street from where we lived, and the other grandparents lived an hour car journey away. So grandparents were very much part of my Christmas. Even when I'd left home and I was working in London, I always tried to get north for Christmas. So I can remember the train journeys, absolutely packed with fellow Scots heading north. They were always really jolly journeys as everybody was in high spirits. So other memories of Christmas. For some reason, living down in London, we weren't able to go home one Christmas. So we would spend it with one of my sisters. We'd never cooked a Christmas dinner before. And this was before you had videos, YouTube videos. So we got the turkey and we were well into the cooking time before we realised where the giblets that were still inside the turkey. So that was interesting. Then we came to the Christmas day itself and we had the Christmas pudding. We poured the brandy on, we set it alight. It was still in flames as we were serving it onto individual plates. So yeah, there were great amount of laughs. Not sure my nephews, they were slightly concerned seeing this on their plates. So another Christmas, we were living down here, heading back up north to my parents. We got as far as Stoke-on-Trent when our car broke down. Called the AA, whoever, and we got towed back to Ballston. Lots of tears, lots of frantic phone calls. Finally got a hired car and packed my son, the dog, the food and all the presents into a much smaller car, but we managed to make it north for Christmas. So that was great. So we were able to do that. So other memories of Christmas, of course, include presents. And, we would we always hung socks. We wore long knee socks in the winter. So we'd hang our socks up, and in the morning, we always had a coin, an orange, and a sugar mouse. Obviously, there was lots of other things as well, but for whatever reason, that was in our stocking every year. I remember going to Oban. It was a big treat, going to Oban, being let loose in Woolworths, and we'd have our pocket money and we'd go to buy gifts for all the family. So it'd be a cowboy book for my dad, earrings for my mum. I think she only wore them once because they made her ears throb, and a £1/4 bag of sweets for my sisters, maybe. It was really tempting not to taste them or test them before Christmas. I hope they got them all. Christmas carols, that's the other memory of Christmas, isn't it? Growing up, my favourite, and it still is one of my favourite, is, and it's not very popular down here, I don't think, Child in a Manger, Infant of Mary, Outcast and Stranger, Lord of All. It was translated from Gaelic. It was written by a Mary MacDonald. So in my child's mind, my grandmother spoke Gaelic. She was called Mary MacDonald. Therefore, she must have written it. Nobody told me otherwise. So there I was feeling, oh, my grandmother had written this. It was a few years later when the penny finally dropped and I did the maths. And I thought, she must have been a child when she wrote this. So sadly, it wasn't my grandmother. Anyway, it's still one of my favourites, and I wish we could sing that more. So being with family is something I've probably always taken for granted. And it wasn't until the pandemic, when we had another lockdown over Christmas and we weren't able to meet up, that it was particularly hard. However, I'm sure, like lots of others, one of my nephews sorted us out and we all met up on Zoom, which was really good fun. But somehow exchanging Christmas gifts in a car park weeks later just isn't the same. I'll be looking forward to this Christmas, spending time again with family. And I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a peaceful New Year.